two participants in this event to come, one girl and one boy.
Two participants, please join the dignitaries on the stage.
Feel free, come.
Namaskara. A very happy morning indeed to all present here. Respected Chief Guest, Madam Mona Bharadwaj, members of the management, invitees, members of IBM, our respected faculty members, participating students from other colleges and our BNMIT students. Indeed, it is a delight to participate in this wonderful 3-day hackathon organized in association with IBM. We are indeed very thankful to IBM for initiating this program and ensuring that the skills that are needed today by the budding engineers are given value by this wonderful program that is being organized here. I should say that this program began very well by invoking the blessings of Almighty by our own Professor Shesha Prasad, and thereafter a wonderful welcome by our Director, Professor T.J. Ramurthy, who was also a professor and HOD at RV College when our chief guest was a student there. And indeed it is homecoming for our chief guest. As already shared with you, when we started BNMIT, in a very small way, but whatever we did, we were more intent on quality than quantity, and that is how we chose IBM for our establishing the first computer lab at BNMIT.
Good morning. Wow, that was quite a response, and I can see all the great energies in the room, smiling faces. I think I'm also feeling equally elated and delighted with all the love and respect that you all have shown to me, and I'm so happy to be here today addressing all you bright minds, all the faculty members, the academicians, and everybody who have, thought about taking you all to the next level by organizing a hackathon such as this one. So I'd like to begin by thanking everyone from BNMIT, especially the professors who are here, and the secretary sir, director sir, and all the dignitaries on the dais. Because I think, it's not just having me over or having IBM over, but I think this whole thing requires a lot more thinking, visualizing, just making something happen over so many months. I think we really should give everybody who's organized this a huge round of applause. And I'd like to begin by thanking all of you for having done such an amazing thing. And to give each one of you who is here today another big round of applause. I'm sure it's extremely difficult to reach, this place. But I want to ask you one question. Who is a winner? Is it somebody who, comes first, second, third in the end? Or is it somebody who really puts his or her life into the learning journey, just decides to participate in the hackathon, makes the best out of it from end to end? So is it one? Raise your hands. If it's two, then raise your hands. Yes, so now you know why we are all giving you these rounds of applauses, right? Because it's so important that you feel like winners yourselves. Just the fact that you set out on this journey to participate means that you have a commitment towards learning. And that is the first and foremost important thing before you even get into participating in a hackathon. Also, why is it so important to have hackathons in general? There are so many things, right? So many reasons that one should participate in one. You don't have to, be a first, second, third winner in the end. But what we need to ensure is that you are learning things. Even just by being together in a team, you're learning teaming skills. You're learning communication. You're learning how to present at the end of it. This is the non-technical aspects that I'm telling you, which makes it so holistic. You're learning an attitude of problem solving. And you're learning how to innovate amongst all the technical aspects that you're learning as well. So it is a very holistic learning, and I think it's just so important that you participate in as many hackathons as you can. And this one certainly is a great one to be at. Focusing a little bit more on problem solving and innovation amongst all the things that you're learning through a hackathon, right? If you go back, let me see, about maybe 100 years ago, even at that time, innovation challenges were thrown at people to solve real life problems. So I don't know if you have heard of this printing press that existed many years ago that was actually having a problem with a lot of cost or a lot of money being wasted because of printing issues during summer months. And why was that happening? It was because wood expands with humidity, and when you print something on that, the letters start to smudge. So they had to throw away a lot of paper, they had to do a lot of rework, a lot of quality was affected and so on. And they opened up a challenge to everyone to solve this issue. And at that point of time, there was a consultant engineer by the name Walter Timmis who came up with this idea of why don't we just run some ducts around the room with water in them. And they added heaters, they added some temperature controls in some ways, they added fans and all of that. And they brought down the humidity levels of that room. And the problem went away, it reduced a lot. They saved a lot of money and the wastage that was happening because of the paper that was getting used up. And in a few years after that, in about 1903, they added a compressor. And can you guess what got invented because of that? The air conditioner, which unfortunately today even in Bangalore we have to use. Despite the amazing weather, because I've lived in Bangalore all my life, so I've seen all the lovely weathers and how it is today. But even then, I think an AC is something that is an extremely useful thing in every home, in institute and everywhere. And they solved that problem so beautifully. If you look at another example that we have from the 3M company, I'm sure you've heard of 3M. Right. So when they were having this issue of dual tone painting, which means that when they painted on one area, they had to paint on an adjacent area, the first paint used to get smudged. Right? So they started coming up with some solutions or something so that they could stick a newspaper on the first area and the adjacent area could be painted, and then the newspaper was removed, and then they figured that when they removed the newspaper, the first place was smudged. So that went on, right? It used to be so much rework, much harder. And then they threw open this challenge of solving a real world problem at that point of time, saying, how do you do dual tone painting like this? And then again, there was an engineer by name Richard Drew who came out with a solution. And can you believe it? He worked on it for 2 whole years, just mixing glycerin in glue to come out with a solution which could stick on top of the first paint and would have a thin paper sticking on top of that, so that when the paper was removed, the paint was not spoiled. And what do you think came out of that experiment? Yes? Yeah, so it was a sellotape, which is there in every house today. Can you imagine a house or a place without one sellotape? So many years, we can't even imagine. It's been around for decades now. We tend to think these things always existed. But no, they came out of somebody's good thinking and hard work, and over a long period of time. So I think looking at problems around and solving them is something that a hackathon really teaches you beautifully. And who knows, many years down the line, there may be somebody standing here and saying, hey, this thing came out of this hackathon that happened at BNMIT. And I would be very happy to see that day when it happens. So
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ಶುಭೋದಯ. It is a wonderful day in the annals of our BNM Institute of Technology. Our beloved Secretary, Sri Narayana Varmane, Chief Guest, Mona Bharadwaj, our young and dynamic Dean, Professor Ishwar Mane, our Principal, Dr. Krishnamurthy, all the heads of the departments, and I have to mention especially Professor Satish Kumar, all the participants in this wonderful program.
Namaskara BNMIT. It's not every day we have tech giants like IBM coming and partnering with us. What a wonderful day to start this journey, thanks to IBM India led by Madam Mona Bharadwaj and ably supported by Krishnakant sir, who have done a wonderful job to put together a program for the benefit of students of every engineering college to bring out the best skills in them. A huge round of applause to IBM India. Students, it's all about exploring your 4 years of engineering, getting to know what's happening around the world, applying that by doing is very important. And what better way to do it in a hackathon? This will surely give you that opportunity to bring out the best in you. So put in your best efforts. There is no winners or losers, as Madam has said. You participating in this itself is a huge achievement for everyone. Possible. I feel the amount of efforts that BNMIT has put in, along with IBM India to bring out this, you will witness that in the next 3 days of the efforts, the hospitality, the arrangements, all these things to make this event a grand success. I would like to thank our sponsors here who have really helped us to stitch together this wonderful program. Keysight Technologies, thank you sir. Mr. Suresh Kumar, Mr. Mahesh Nagabhushan,